This is going to be a hard one. I'm uncomfortable with endings. When I sit down and read a book, I read the last page first. It's just how I am. I like to know how things are going to end before I get too far into them. Because if the ends don't justify the means, then what does? And after all, what we invested doesn't seem reasonable, then what was the reason for all the screaming and for such fuss we raised all of the days and nights going crazy? Just cuz? And what are we doing here this evening? Supposed to just shrug, say, yeah, it is what it is. It just ain't what it was. Well, when I reflect on golden days, all I see is just dust settling on everything but you and me. I say we just must push the pedal, keep pedaling, baby, and just trust that what is at the end of this beats the place that we departed. And I don't know how this ends, but I remember how it started with me pushing you to see what you were made of. And yeah, you made a good impression. Of course, life's a crueler teacher. She gives the tests and then the lessons. And I don't want to let her have you. I want to extend this one last session. Man, I wrote a dozen poems about letting go. Tonight I'm second guessing, thinking maybe hold on tight is the answer to this question, at least a little longer. Then we'll have to just accept it. But I want to tell you one more thing. I want you to give me one more second. Because I'll tell you one thing for sure, and another for certain, son. You only will get so many trips around this earth and sun. And then for you and for me, by a hand there's a curtain drawn. So between now and then, let me see you dancing to certain songs. Because if you sit them out, you miss your chance and the second's gone. And you sit there silently, and suddenly you are so alone. And man, how that stings. And oh, the ways you'll curse the planet. But go ahead and curse yourself, too, for the days you took for granted. Look. In the year 1979, I began to live and to die. And those are two blades of the same knife. And at times, each has had me cowering in fright. And man, I tried to just take glancing blows. I'm taking a do-over. Those are two blades of the same knife, and at times each has had me cowering in fright, ducking and weaving to the left and the right, and man, I tried to just take glancing blows, and that has kept me from seeing what I think you already know. That if you face them head on, right where they meet, maybe that's the point. Now it can't cut you, and you can use it, baby, to cut through this life that's coming like an onion, one layer at a time. Pausing occasionally to cry. Because yeah, some parts will be painful. About that, I don't gotta say more. But from this block of Magdalena, kid, I hope you got what you came for. And you embraced it all. The triumph, the heartache. But let's face it though, some parts they were hard to take. There are some parts that your mind will keep on replaying, and not just the nice, but the parts that were hard and cruel, like that essay we read, said you can never leave high school. And part of you wonders if there should just be a guy's school, and then separately a girl's school, to spare all the hearts from getting tossed around in this whirlpool. Man, sometimes this world's cruel, and some doors just keep closing, and sometimes the werewolf wears wool. Well, that's a wolf in sheep's clothing, so let's go howl at the moon, because the sunset was so golden that we hate to see it go. Let's embrace this one-leg moment, but we're not lycanthropes. That's just a game, you know it. But we're a pack, though. We might as well own it. This condition we share is fatal. No, wait, though. I mean fateful. Like it was meant to be. And what I'm trying to say now is what you all meant to me. The moral of this story is you're warriors. These teen years are notorious for destroying us. But you worry us. You're so impressive, and for me this is glorious to stand with you victorious, marching out of OHS. Oh, hey, yes! Yeah! Yeah. Yeah, this is a hard one. I'm uncomfortable with endings. When the morning paper comes, I go straight to the obituaries. I know it gets scary to talk this way. I just like to know how things are going to end before I get too far into them. Won't start a trip without planning the route. Won't play a hand without knowing my outs. Can't let you go without airing it out. What this was meant for, what it was about. Hey, class of 10-4, over and out.